Hi, I'm Richard Butler from DPReview.com, and this is the Fujifilm X100VI. It hasn't been released yet, so I've got to be a little bit secretive about it, but I'm here in Tokyo awaiting its launch, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the camera. The underlying concept of the camera is the same as ever. So it's still built around a 35mm equivalent f2 lens. It's still got its clever optical electronic hybrid viewfinder. It's still got that classic styling, and it's still built around an APS-C sensor. But what's new in this camera is, for the first time in the series, in-body image stabilization. It's a system rated at 6 stops of correction, according to Fujifilm, though apparently it drops to 5.5 stops of correction if you use the optical viewfinder. At the heart of the camera is a 40-megapixel X-Trans sensor, essentially the same one we saw in the X-T5. Also from the X-T5 is subject recognition autofocus, so the X100VI can recognise planes, birds, animals, trains, pretty much whatever you might want to focus on. Of course, it still has a relatively slow to focus lens, so we're not sure how useful that's going to be. Also from the X-T5, the X100VI gains 6.2K video capture in up to 10-bit. Now, we're not sure how many X100 users really want 6.2K video capture, much less given it has a 1.23 times crop and quite a lot of rolling shutter, but it is there if you want it. What's perhaps more interesting is that Fujifilm has redesigned the rear screen. Like the previous version, it flips out, but now extends further away from the viewfinder for waist level shooting. And it also tilts down further for above the head shooting. As usual with the X100 series, as well as those big headline changes, there are lots of little tweaks in the background that just make the camera that bit more usable. What's unusual for the series is that the price has increased. Previous models have tended to sell for $1399, and this one, the price increases to $1,599. At the same time, this is the first in the series not to have the words "Made in Japan" written on the back of the camera. Overall, the X100VI improves in several ways over the 5. I'm not sure I've personally needed many more film simulations, but I have to say I'm quite enjoying Reala Ace. In many respects it reminds me of the standard mode on the original X100, so yeah, I've been enjoying using it. We'll be testing the X100VI in much more detail over the coming weeks and months, so please stay tuned to DPReview.com.